If you love God, love people, and love real estate, and you want to merge it all together, welcome to our show, because I'm Derek.
And I'm Shanye Shea.
And we teach people how to take a regular residential property and take people from homeless to hopeful. And we call them independent living facilities. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're super excited. You guys got a lot of choices of where you could be, but we're glad you're here. Shay, again, just tell the people again who you are, what you do, how long you've been in it. And one more time, what is an ILF? What is an independent living facility?
Yeah, so I'm Shanye Shea Forston, founder and president of the Angela Denise Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit organization, where I literally have independent living facilities under the nonprofit model. What is an independent living facility, you ask? I'm glad you asked. So I'm going to give you the answer. So it is a housing model which allows adults that are able to live and thrive, meaning they don't need no assistance, they don't need no medical oversight, they don't need nobody to feed them, do medication management, none of that. It is just a shared living accommodation where grown people can come together, create community, and reestablish life. Right? It may be because they have a lapse in income, or they have a mental health diagnosis. It may be people that are just elderly, lost a spouse, and doesn't want to live on their own. So there's a lot of different nuances to the independent living facility. But ultimately, I house women that have been through domestic violence, human and sex trafficking. I've hired, I'm housing women, not hired. I've housed women, Derek, that have been through so much trauma.
Yeah.
Mental health diagnoses, and all sorts of stuff. So that is pretty much the aesthetic of an independent living facility.
So guys, in less than 2 minutes of being with us, we just told you that you can get into a housing model where you don't have to own the property.
Yeah.
There is no license required, and you can take people from homeless to hopeful. Already in less than 2 minutes, raise your hand if you feel like, Derek, tell me more. Like, how can I get into this?
Yeah.
And if that's not the icing on the cake, guess what? For all you people that love God and love people, this is a ministry. So a lot of you all have been spoken into over your life, and you've been told that you're going to have a ministry. And some of y'all thought that it was going to be with a microphone inside of a church building, and you were going to be preaching to people.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Shay and I also have a ministry, and I'm not a bishop. I'm not a pastor. Shay, are you a prophetess?
No.
Are you a preacher?
No.
Are you a teacher?
I'm a teacher. But not a biblical scholar,
right? That we're ministers of the gospel. Guys, tonight's topic is, can you guys read that?
From vacancy to value.
Creating impact-driven housing that pays. So I want to give a big shout out to a bunch of you all. I mean, it's a lot of you all that are under my coaching right now, Shay and I's coaching. And you guys are calling us with keys. You're getting your first facility. Some of you guys are getting your first clients. I saw some posting in that people were getting your third and fourth client. I got calls this week already. And today's only Monday, that a lot of you guys are setting up appointments and got meetings with case managers and social workers this week. How exciting is that you all found me and Shay 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, and now today you're moving in people. You're getting keys to places.
Derek,
and you're probably reading something I know already. So that's why I'm going there. It is so many of you all. So from me, from Shay and my family, I just want to congratulate, because I'm going to get in trouble by starting to call names and all of that. But congratulations to everybody that's moving at the speed of instruction. And you're doing what God has called you to do.
Talking about from vacancy to value. I'm telling you,
as a coach, that's one thing I can't control.
Right.
What they'll do with the information once I give it to them.
I love this.
On you, Shay.
And this is a great topic for today, the vacancy to value, right? You specified and you stated it. That means even vacancy in the idea or the knowledge of having the understanding of what the independent living facility model is, not having that access to coaching, and now seeing with the implementation of that information. Come on now, we don't see no stagnation, but we see progressive. We see you guys moving forward super quickly. So progression, right? You are taking leaps and bounds in making a change in your community. And you know what's, and let me show you something, what's going to make it even better. The fact that this place is clean, it's nice. The expectations are going to be set when these residents move in. And now you have that conversation with the case manager. You see this place? The goal is that it stays this way. So I'm going to need your help to help me enforce the fact that it needs to stay this way with your resident. So the client. Right, so the minute I call you and say, hey, we're having a problem with cleanliness, I want you to remember how you saw this place when we did a walkthrough. And those are some of the key components. And Derek, I'm sorry. I dropped the gem. I know this is usually one-on-one coaching, but I'm going to share with you, like, these are the things, and this is how you can enforce accountability. You can enforce accountability from the resident standpoint and now the case manager and social worker, because I guarantee you guys, the case manager is going to spend a lot of time in this at your property, especially if they have a resident and now they feel comfortable in a safe place that they can provide services. You've taken this resident from a vacant spot in life, and you've enforced so much value in this short span of time, even with the case management teams that are now ready to uproot clients or their clients from other places.
A lot of you guys are newer to me. Let this be an example. The proof is already in the pudding. We call it POC.
Proof of concept. Proof of concept.
That's why we're going to South Carolina August the 2nd. Because we want to also show you somebody else that we've taught this to.
Yeah. So again, Derek, you've said more than enough, right? The ILF model is exactly that, where we're changing the narrative, right? The housing providers are changing the way the homeless, the displaced, those that have, mental illness, mental health diagnoses and backgrounds that are in shared spaces already, but can truly, they're good in society. They can walk through society. They can live life. But what happens when they're put in deplorable conditions? Don't you think that they regress? Like, their mental health status regresses, and now they're more apt to going in and out of Baker Acts. They're more, you see them more likely being hospitalized or placed in different situations because of the living situation, because of the living circumstances. So when we introduce the independent living facility model and we show people how to do it the right way and keep it the right way on an ongoing basis, right? It's not just, it looks this way when it starts, it's going to stay that way. You see the impact in the case managers, you see the impact to the social workers, the residents. Everybody is impacted for the good when you do the housing model the right way. So I'm excited for y'all.
Right. But I'm going to do a little coaching, right? So I had a phone call today, actually, and she actually may be here. And someone, Shay, was thinking that they had to have either a contract or they had to have some kind of special thing to get veterans in their home.
Yeah.
So what I explained was that all of the veterans that I have currently, none of them came from the VA.
Right.
None of them came through a contract. So the young lady that's under my coaching, and she's probably here, she thought, and I said, no, ma'am. I said, every veteran I have today came from a regular hospital or a mental health hospital. Yeah. And I did not have to have a contract to do it. I also said this, and she asked me, well, how did I do that? And like I tell all of y'all, 95% of every contact, every lead that we get comes from social media. And it's usually by our LIFT, L-I-F-T, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So I think that we're live vicariously through these folks until you get your chance. But always, while you're saying that silent prayer, God, as I celebrate these people, you are no respecter of person, and you will do the same for me. Can you bless me and my family to also get in this and do it the right way under the Forster Consultants coaching? And again, just ask God to also allow you to move at the speed of instruction, give you the mind of Christ and an able body. Now, I got a couple of coaches on my team that I seek guidance and count. I don't know if they all are, but can you imagine having somebody that's not only coaching you in the thing that you're trying to do, but also that's got a belief in God that'll pray for you and your family?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool, Shay. Yeah. So, Miss Gladys, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to read your question. How do you handle couples? I need advice. We don't really. So our model, and you may be new to us, but we only deal with adults that are single. So I got a video out that I put out, well, my team put it out yesterday, where I talk about we house the everyday person, but the single adult male or the single adult female, not the boyfriend and girlfriend, not the boo thing and the boo, right? Not the married couple, actually, But we do have one lady that's under our coaching right now that she's thinking about doing the elderly couples. Because where we live at, there's a place, and I won't even say the name right now, but there's a place that all they do is call for elderly couples that are married and, have their income joined. So we have a client that we coach that's actually thinking about it. Yeah. But on an everyday, regular basis, we do not house couples. That brings domestic violence, right?
It's a lot of domestic issues.
Gladys, watch this. My rule is that you can't have no boyfriend and girlfriend in my place. So if I allow that and Johnny brings his wife, Sally, Brad and Jose and Raphael gonna want to bring their girlfriend too. Yeah. He gonna say, Derek, you let Mr. Joe bring his wife. Yeah. So I now have broken my own rules. So literally under this ILF model, Miss Gladys, we don't house couples. It's the individual that's 18 to 118. That's our age limit. Again, from 18 adult to 118. Yeah. Right. And they must be independent. So we don't provide additional services. That's why it's independent, and that's why you can also scale it very fast. So our clients can cook their own bologna sandwich. They can iron their own clothing. Yeah. They can put their own oodles and noodles in the microwave.
Why gotta be oodles and
noodles? Right? They can provide their own transportation either through the bus system or their cousin, their brother, their mom, or the girl they met at the club 2 weeks ago. But we don't drive people around. And we also don't give out medications. I'm real good, y'all, at knowing that what I'm not. And I'm not a nurse. I'm not an LPN. I'm not a CNA. And the class I took probably 6 years ago to give out meds, that died a long time ago because I had a job back then.
We had to get, right? Yeah.
So that's what also makes this model scalable. And I don't want to use the word easy, but more attainable and doable than a traditional group home, ALF, or IDD. Right. Michelle, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm going to drop a jam, right? Because I know we talk about what we don't do, but this is a model that I've actually watched and consulted in. Unlike Derek, I've actually walked a few people through this model. And I'll be very honest and say that it's harder to scale because you're going to have to now, you're not looking at the one individual that you're assessing as you're bringing in. Right. And you're talking about a multitude of other couples. This model will not be sustainable if you have, like Derek said, the one couple and then everybody else single. That's going to cause issues in the home. I've seen some domestic violence issues spew into the other aspect of the home, and it causes that couple to now run your home. Right. When we assess, and we talk about the assessment in great length in our coaching, and we help you walk through that. When you're assessing someone to bring them into your home, you are really paying attention to the personalities that are already in the home. Right. And now you're not doing an assessment for one person, you're now doing an assessment for a couple. Yep. That's two different personalities. You don't know how they live. You don't know how they interact. You don't know if they are, you don't know if the wife is on the verge of leaving this person and becomes a little promiscuous with another resident in the house. And now you've got a whole bunch of issues. So you've got to be if you are going to do couples, you are going to have to lock in that one home for couples. Okay. It's just safer that way. Now you're creating or nurturing a community of older, prayerfully couples that just need that support, and because their finances aren't right, you're gonna have I would rather coach you on something like this than try to give you information on a YouTube live, because it's a lot more detailed than what it may seem like. And again, if you're not seeing a high influx of calls for couples, then I would say not really, right? Because now you're going to set yourself up to have this couple pretty much just rent your whole space, because you're not going to be able to find a suitable, like a community to put in that home around them or with them without it causing some sort of disturbance. So I would have to coach you, because this is a situation where I have to ask questions. This is a situation where I need to gather more information. I want to know how many times a week are you getting calls for couples. I want to know if either one of them have a background in domestic violence. There's a lot of questions I have. I have a ton of questions for you, and I can't just say how to handle it on this platform. We have to dive a lot deeper into that, and that's a part of my one-on-one.
We love it when we get new people. Was it TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook? And also, Miss Gladys, let us know. And I'm so glad you all are here, right? Because how we often say it, most of y'all prayed for something just like this. You just never kind of found anybody that would share it. So we're here every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Because I promised God over 8 years ago, I said, God, if you let me get into this, I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit.
Yeah.
So for anybody that doesn't know the beginning story, which I usually take 2 hours to tell it, watch me give it to y'all in 30 seconds.
Go for it.
I used to be a social worker, y'all, making 28 grand a year. And God showed me my dream, which is this, through another person that was doing it the wrong way. I saw a lady housing people in rats and roaches making 41 grand a month. And I'm going to slow that down because somebody going to miss it. 41 grand a month, Miss Gladys. Smith family, can you imagine making $41,000 every 30 days of your life? I saw a lady doing this, y'all, and not because she told me. She took her phone out one day and said, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this, bro. But look at what I make doing it. And y'all, that lady showed me 41 grand every month or higher. And when I snuck to her places to go see what the starting point was, because y'all, she kept it real with me. She said, Derek, I'll never teach you this, dog. And she took her phone and went boop, 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 boop. I'll never forget it, y'all. It was a Chase Bank app. I'll never forget that. And I came home just about in tears, crying to Shay. I said, Shay, this girl just showed me 41 bands a month. And this is after I snuck in her places and saw the rats and the roaches and the beds on the ground, mistreating people. And the longer you all are around me, you're going to find out we don't talk about money that much. Because we believe money follows ministry and money follows mastery. And we've mastered the art of housing God's people in a shared living environment.
With dignity.
With dignity. And I don't need a license or the state fire marshal to walk through it or a $30,000 sprinkler system. So essentially, most of y'all have never heard me do this, but watch this. Lord, I thank you for allowing me to see that girl do it. Lord, I thank you for that girl. Yeah. Because had it not been for her and her life to show me the wrong way, I would never have the blueprint today to do it the right way.
Correct.
Lord have mercy. And God told me this while I was poor and trying and begging for money. Derek, just spin it out, because I'm going to bring you people one day, Derek, they're going to need to know how to do this. Yeah. Because everybody else hiding from them. Yeah. Why do you think I do this for free Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday? I said, God, if you let me get into this, I'll go all over the world sharing it, and I'll never take any credit. So watch me do it right now in case you don't believe me.
Come on, Derek.
Guys, without God, I'm an absolute nobody. But with God, this housing model can change our life.
It can.
Because it's built on ministry. This is the kind of business you can get in and sleep good at night because you're not worried about like the wrong you've done. So again, this is not some trend that just got popular. This will always be. Some kid right now in the 12th grade acting a fool, even though school just got out, he gonna tell his parents he ain't going back. And in 1 year and a half, he gonna need your help.
Yeah.
That's why we ended this, y'all.
Yeah.
The poor, the needy, and the widow, and sometimes the lazy. Some people are lazy through life. They just don't do well, and now they can't afford an apartment because there's no education. They can't buy a home. So some people, y'all, don't want this shared living environment. They have to because of their life choices. And guess what I named my program, if you can read? Second Chance Housing. Because I understood that most people that I'm going to run into, Shay, by the time they meet me, they're probably going to be on their 50th chance. Yeah. But in my mind, today is your second chance. And that's why we created my program. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Derek Forston, Mr. ILF.
And I'm Shanya Shea Forston, Mrs. ILF.
And we're super excited because August the 2nd, we're coming to Columbia, South Carolina.
And what are we doing in Columbia, South Carolina,
you ask? We're teaching the independent living facility model. And again, this is an event, Shay, that they do not want to miss. So what's the dates one more time?
August 2nd, and we will be in Columbia, South Carolina, and we will be highlighting an independent living facility owner and operator under the Forston Consultants model that is trailblazing in your city. So do not miss it. Stay tuned for more information, and we look forward to seeing you there. August 2nd, Columbia, South Carolina. You got next.
See you there. I think that was pretty good. We are super excited. South Carolina, you guys got next. August the 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have been asking for it, and boy, do we have a treat. So it's going to actually be a 2-day event. We don't want to give too many.
We're not going to give too many details yet, right?
But it will be a 2-day event, August the 2nd. And I'm telling you guys to go ahead and put it on your calendar now. Yeah. Our team is putting everything together this week. So we're expecting you guys to be able to register by either
Saturday
or Friday.
Preferably Saturday.
Saturday.
I think Saturday
will
be super ready.
That's the ultimate goal. Like if we're not ready by Saturday, somebody on my team going to be in trouble. So I'm telling them Thursday or Friday. But Saturday for sure when we go live at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you didn't know that, guys, we go live every Monday and Tuesday
at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Correct. Yeah.
So Saturday for sure, guys, everything's going to be up and running for you guys to register, and seats will be limited. We will not try to pack this thing out because of how it's going to go with day one and especially day two. We don't want a big crowd. So this is something that you're not going to want to wait on. The pricing is going to be stupidly affordable. So it's one of those price ranges of things that you don't even have to think about it. You just get it and go. Right, just like the 3-day challenge was.
Yeah,
right? A lot of you guys didn't even think about it,
and they missed out. And
that's why
some people missed out. Like some people missed out.
Asking about that challenge. In fact, the TikTok video that I put out on the challenge is still going viral, and it's over. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But Shay is actually working out something where we're going to do another challenge.
We're going to have to.
I said I wouldn't. Shay is actually going to make me do another one.
I'm making him do it. So listen, y'all just know.
In the year. The main focus right now, guys, is the August 2nd event. And again, we'll release more information about that as we go. And also, if you haven't done this, because usually when we come on YouTube, we treat you guys like family and we just kind of jump around and talk. But if you want more of a chronological order, I'm using some big words tonight too.
You are.
Chronological order of what this is, text the phrase more info or the phrase new. I'll admit, if you text the phrase new, you actually get more. So if you text the word new, NEW to 407-326-0086, that will literally give you a mini course that's like 15 videos, and it'll give you our introductory webinar. Also, the HRA webinar where I teach you guys how to do exactly what we do without needing any property. So if I were you, I would text HRA separately and get it by itself. So text the word new to take advantage of that product that's normally a bunch of money.
So let's tell them how
I'm giving you that for free.
Yeah, because they're doing it.
So text the word new. And when you text the word new, nothing will happen if you don't click on that link.
And
so
put your information
in. Got a link. Now enter your name, email address, phone number, and then bam, instant download. I promise. And the reason I can promise you to it, because it's automated. So if you just follow the instructions, type the word new to 407-326-0086. Bam, you get an instant download. Click that link. Enter your name, email address, phone number. Bam, that course is on me. Enjoy yourself. And you also get our webinar. But if you say, Derek, I don't have no house. And Derek, I want to do that referral thing you talked about where I can make money and help people. And Derek, I don't need a house. Text HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agent. So just text HRA to that same phone number. Bam. That's a 14-minute webinar that's free. And guess what's cool, y'all? It gives also a free phone call with Shay and I. We call those discovery calls. So we give you 15 minutes. And y'all know me, I run my big mouth, and your call will probably go 30 minutes, right? Because I want to give you the game and make sure when you end that phone call, you got a clear understanding of what this is and how to get into it. That the only thing you got to do after that phone call is make a decision.
Yep.
Whether you want my free coaching Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, or the one-on-one coaching, the ILF Master Blueprint, or the DIY. Really easy. Watch the webinar. In either two ways, you either accept the automated message that comes to you to book a call, or send a message to my team. Because that's the only way you don't get a call with me if you haven't watched the webinar. So my team is really on that. I have tons of discovery calls a week. So yeah, that's very easy. Simply text the word more info to that phone number. Watch that webinar and bam, that'll put you on a call with me. But I will say this too, right? Now, if it's just general questions, please bring that here. Right, so that way we can all learn together. But if it's for coaching or more understanding before you get coaching, that's a call. But by all means, please, if it's just general questions, bring that right here. Watch that webinar, set up that phone call, and boom, let's do it. Oh, and don't forget too, my new rule. Right, if you missed that discovery call, my team is trained not to put you back on that. You got to bring your question to YouTube. Right, so I want you guys to respect my time. I'm going to respect yours because I'm somebody, y'all, I love to give a lot of value. So if you on my calendar, I sit still, I don't go nowhere. So if I block on my schedule and my day to speak to you and you don't show up, like you can't rebook another call.
Please respect our
Just
time.
bring that to YouTube now and we can learn together.
Yeah, please respect our time.
Unless you say, Derek, man, I know I missed my call, bro, but boy, this is about me getting to coaching. That's different. But if it's just general questions, please just bring that to YouTube so everybody can hear it and we all learn together. Okay. So again, man, without belaboring the point, my name is Derek Forston. I approve this entire message. I pray God's speed on your life, the health of your body, and the mind of Christ. Because it's hard to do God's will sometimes without the mind of Christ in an able body. So I pray over all of y'all tonight that y'all have great health and a great frame of mind, because a lot of this business, y'all, is about mindset.
Yeah.
Some of us got to change our mindset to get into this. Because again, if you give God and I the next 6 months of your life, we can guarantee you that we'll change it. And if we real smart, we give him all the credit. We don't take none of it. In fact, let's just do it now. In your living room, just say, God, I thank you, man. I ain't got started yet, but God, I thank you in advance for what you're getting ready to do through this Forston family and through mine. And God, today, can you remove every knucklehead from my life? Everybody that's not supposed to be a part of this journey and my life, God, remove those people, but bring about all of the right people that you want in my life to bring this thing to pass.
Yeah.
Because God is not going to come down from heaven, y'all, to hold none of y'all hand. He going to merge you with man. God partners with man in partnership. How cool is it to have God as a partner? Now, the Bible calls it covenant. I'm going to just put it in layman terms. I'm in partnership with God today. Me and God are business partners. We're in covenant. Lord have mercy. What a business partner. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. Shay, bless the people, man, and we're going to go.
Have a great night. We love y'all. And don't forget, August 2nd, Columbia, South Carolina. You got next. Have a good night, guys.